Gable Steveson has been fired from WWE. Street Fight as Randy Orton and Kevin Owens take on the Bloodline of Solo Sikoa and Tanga. Both sides begin brawling before the bell, leading to SmackDown. General Manager Nalu's turning this one into a street fight. Orton and Owens take the fight to Sikoa and Tanga with putting the finishing touches on Tanga. However, Tama's brother Tangaloa puts the referee out of the ring as spiked by Solo finishes. Owens as Solo covers him for the 3 count as the Bloodline win the match afterwards. Paul Heyman plays with Solo and company not to inflict any further damage on Kevin Owens. Eventually got to his feet and Orton helped him to the back. Next up is a triple threat match for the WWE Women's Championship. As champion Bayley takes on Naomi and Tiffany Stratton. It's a solid triple threat that culminates in Tiffany going for a double prettiest moonsault ever, only to get the 3D from Naomi and Bayley. Bayley and Naomi face off one and both women take it to the mat and scramble for their pin. Bayley surprises Naomi by countering a pinfall covering Naomi for the win as Bayley retains the WWE Women's Championship. Naomi and Bayley hug after the match, and then Jey Uso is seen backstage when he runs into Solo Sikoa, Tanga and Tangaloa, who all give him the hairy eyeball. Paul Heyman shakes his head as he walks by Jey. Next up is the World Heavyweight Championship match, as champion Damian Priest takes on main event. So it's a very even match until the Judgment Day's J.D. McDonnell shows up for an uninvited outside assistance. Although Priest doesn't want any help from the Judgment Day, they save him from losing the title, and their interference is enough of a distraction for Priest to bounce back in. Hidden Avalanche south of Heaven for the 1123 as Damian Priest retains the World Heavyweight Championship. McDonagh and Finn Balor then stomp away at Jey Uso, but then Priest manages to stop them, shoving Bayley and nearly coming to blows. Next up is the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match, as the Kabuki Warriors of Asuka and Kairi S take on Bianca B and Jack Kill. The Kabuki Warriors draw upon their vast experience as a team to counter B's skills and Jade's unpolished talent. Like any wise team, Asar and Kai isolate an opponent, but a hot tag changes everything, leading to a Jaded aka Widows Pete by Carol on San and Akkad on Asuka as Bianca covers the Empress of Tomorrow for the victory. We now have new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions are Bianca Belair and Jack Carroll, and finally it's time for the main event, as it's the undisputed championship match, as the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes takes on the phenomenal AJ Styles. As a beautiful display of wrestling and counter wrestling when neither man can break through to a victory. Eventually Cody gets a high risk with a Cody cutter off the top rope and crossroads that puts Styles away, as Cody Rhodes retains the WWE Undisputed Championship. As Backlash comes to a close, I was a quick recap of the show. What about the good, the bad and the downright ugly? As always, we start off with the good as number 1, a sensational start. A Backlash started off strong with the first match looking like it may not even start. Of course, the WWE didn't want to riot, so it only made sense for SmackDown General Manager Nick Hdis to turn this into a street fight and get the fans an opening match that took an already frenzy crowd to new heights and set the stage for the rest of the show. Number 2, a magnificent main event. It was tonight's main event, the best at build-up program for a world title match. Well, not hardly, as the WWE took its time not only determining Cody's opponent, but also the AJ versus Cody contest. Any type of storyline. Fortunately, both men went into overdrive with a, dare we say, phenomenal performance. This was a technical triumph as both superstars dove deep to find the right move to end the match and gave fans a rare glimpse into just how deep both men's moves set, as the title fight saw no quarter given as both superstars stopped at nothing to get the Duke weather. It was AJ hitting a brain buster on Cody on the mat apron, or Rhodes power bombing Styles through an announced day. It's obvious that Cody has the good to put on a fantastic title defense anytime he steps in the ring, and hopefully the WWE will spend some time building up future opponents, so his title reign doesn't turn into an unpleasant afterthought. Number 3, 2 rookies on the rise, AJ Carroll and Tiffany Stratton. Rookies. While both ladies have had few years under their belt, they're still rookies on the main roster, or be it rookies that WWE seems to have a great expectation for. Tonight's PL was another solid outing for both ladies as they look good in the ring. Granted, the WWE put them alongside some of its best workers and protected them by featuring them in a tag team in triple threat match. Nonetheless, They showed plenty of promise and once again seemed to be working hard to make the most of their push. While there's always room for improvement, neither superstar is stinking up the ring. Number 4, an electric crowd tonight's fans are the new standard for live events. As a cheers shot through the LDLC arena like lightning, the fans didn't let up either, them making every match seem extra special. As it cheered for their favorites and the wrestlers they couldn't stand, it was so crazy at one point that the cameraman couldn't even focus on AJ Styles. As he was bouncing around the ring, it's difficult to think of an arena show as rowdy as this, and tonight's crowd blew away some of the fans' responses in the stadium shows. While there's an argument to be made that fans cross the line between cheering the show and making themselves the focus of the show, most fans watching at home would rather have a lively crowd than a bunch of fans sitting on their hands or bouncing beach balls around. Number 5. Paul Heyman Actor of the Year. Is Paul Heyman about to add an Academy Award for Best Actor to his trophy case? While Heyman can't win an Academy Award for a PLE, he seems like a schwan if he ever joins a Rock in Hollywood. He has been superb as he embattled and bewildered Tribal Council, who has no idea what is happening to the Bloodline. His mannerisms are spot on. Unlike any good actor, he doesn't have to utter a line to make his point. Although Heyman's role in the new Bloodline seems more subdued, he's already helping it get over as much as he did when he began managing Roman Reigns in 2020. Number 6, Kabuki Warriors are unstoppable. How can the Kabuki Warriors be unstoppable when they just throw the Women's Tag Team Championship? While Asar and Kairi failed to keep the titles, the performance tonight was reminded that they are by far the best female tag team in the WWE ever in the modern age. Yes, the current competition is hit and miss, but Asuka and S are on a pedestal at every team, including the new tag team champion should strive for until they do. The Kabuki Warriors are the WWE's uncrowned tag team champions, while B has firmly established as a top single star. Her pairing with Jack Carl, which has plenty of promise, is still new, and yet Asuka and KY saying that made them look like $1 million. That's the kind of skill you want in your tag division, male or female, and the WWE needs to protect this team moving forward. Number 7, a well-deserved break. Congratulations to referee Jessica Ka on refereeing her first main event World Championship match. Referees don't often garner attention, but nonetheless we feel that her achievement tonight deserves recognition, as she's slowly becoming one of WWE's top officials, and superstars showed their love. The WWE superstars went out of their way to return the love to the fans, with baby faces is doing more than basking in the fans' cheers but literally embracing the fans. Naturally, the fans ate up every moment of this, which only makes them eager to attend future shows. But that was good. What about the bad? Is number 1, time for a tune-up, and Triple H should be settled into things creatively now that Vince McMahon is out of his hair, which means it's time to tune up the WWE's plus by adding a match or two to the show that fall outside the Big Four category. We've all heard the game talk about how he likes to have storylines breathe and grow, but there's still a substantial gap in the undercard. A gap that can be billed to a certain extent by adding 1 or 2 undercard matches to the WWE's PL. We're not asking for the return of meaningless matches, but the WWE has enough programs going both on Raw and SmackDown to play out. This can help build new and exciting stars while also making the place even more exciting. It was nothing downright ugly, as the WWE delivered a solid show for fans. Backlash would have been a success wherever it was held, because the WWE booked 4 title matches in a solid slug featuring a new improved Bloodline versus Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, 2 men who still have many reasons for wanting revenge on the group, and even more after tonight. What do you guys think of Backlash? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the music news. Is first up, the WWE fires Gable Steveson. The WWE has released Olympic gold medalist Gable Steveson, a move which, while not surprising, couldn't come at a worse time for him. Steveson, a 2-time NCAA Division I wrestling champion and an Olympic gold medalist in wrestling. Not surprisingly, the WWE was eager to sign someone with his credentials, likely hoping to recapture the hype and excitement delivered when it signed Kurt Angle. Unfortunately, he's reportedly struggling to transition from amateur to pro. He certainly isn't the first athlete to find pro wrestling challenging. Apparently, the WWE felt it had given him enough time, and it was time to release him. One question concerns the timing of Steveson's release. Dave Meltzer commented on the timing in an article about Gable's release, saying the timing of the cut is especially cruel because it had been a few weeks earlier he could have competed in the Olympic trials, which, based on his 2023 performance, he'd have been a heavy favorite. Now let's be fair, his in-ring work